Hello and welcome back to another episode of Bantz with Lawrencia. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing great. For today's episode, I want to talk about xenophobia in South Africa. Now, this has been a long-standing issue for a very long time. I remember writing a paper on this issue in 2014, 2015, and it has not changed. There has not been any improvement. In fact, it has gotten worse between South Africa and Nigeria. And my heart bleeds, but these are the issues. Now, for some of you who don't know, Nigerian born, or I don't even know how to put it, because her dad is Nigerian and her mother is South African. We're talking about Chidimma Adetshina, who is one of the contestants of the Miss South Africa 2024. Now, Chidimma is 24 years old. She was previously married, or she's married, and she entered into the Miss South Africa 2024. Now, according to the organizers, they have actually changed their rule from 2022 to allow married people, mothers, divorcees. The pageant basically opened its doors to people of all walks of life, and usually was just single people and unmarried people, people who have not given birth, basically virgins, if you want to put it that way. But things have changed over the years, and in 2022 they actually changed that rule, allowing every woman to contest for Miss South Africa as long as you're an indigene. Now, Chidimma Adetshina is a Nigerian born in South Africa. Nigerian in the sense that her father is Nigerian and she was born in South Africa. I don't think she has ever been to Nigeria. She married a Nigerian in South Africa. So I think she's more of a Nigerian, but holds a South African passport. Or she is South African because she was born in South Africa. Anyway, with that background, Chidimma entered into the competition. She was doing very well and picked as one of the underdogs to win the competition. Now, South Africans were not liking it. They saw that potential in her and they decided to cut it short. What they said was that Chidimma Adetshina, because that's her name, basically an Igbo and Yoruba name, they said she's not South African. Her mother stole an identity, or her mother stole a South African identity, which I don't know how that is, because her mother is a South African, according to what they said. But according to South African social media, they started a petition to remove Chidimma from the race. According to them, Chidimma's mother stole somebody's identity, a South African lady's identity, and then she gave birth to Chidimma, because according to them, the parents are both Nigerians and the identity that they used was stolen. So the heat became too much, because they were also accusing her of being married and all that, having a child. It was just too much. The xenophobia was too much. Now, in this race, there was a Chinese person contesting. There's this Italian South African. The parents are Chinese, they were born in South Africa. Italian, born in South Africa. Mia, which they are not South Africans, but Mia was born in South Africa. Nobody questioned that. But I think because Chidimma Adetshina, they looked at her name, they knew exactly where she was coming from, and that triggered a whole lot of South Africans. I don't know what it is about Nigeria that triggers South Africans, because from what I heard in history, Nigerians were very instrumental in helping them get their freedom during the apartheid and all that kind of stuff. So I don't even know where that xenophobia is coming from, but Nigerians in particular, they have this kind of animosity towards them. Anyway, with all this whole social media rants going on, Chidimma decided to withdraw from the race, and from then on, there was so many reactions from people. Even Burna Boy tweeted saying that because when Chidimma dropped out of the race, Mia actually won the Miss South Africa 2024, and Mia is completely a Caucasian. We can all see that. Even a blind person can see that she's not a full-blood South African, because one of the criticism that they gave Chidimma was that she's not Zulu. She doesn't have the Zulu blood and all those kind of things. So Mia right now is a Caucasian, a full-blooded Caucasian, and yeah, she was born in South Africa, but at the same time, if you have to criticize Chidimma Adetshina for not being a Zulu person, then I don't know what Mia is. Mia that won the 2024 race. Now South Africans are mute. They are not saying anything. Even Taylor, who won a Grammy, the singer Water, she came out and, gave her voice, supported Chidimma, saying that she was bullied out of the race, which is technically true, because without the whole online hate, she may not even have won the race. But because of the whole thing that was, the whole bashing she got from South Africans, it clearly shows that there's an underlying issue that's between South Africans and Nigerians that we don't know. It's just like saying Igbos and Nigeria, basically. There's at least Igbos, there was a civil war, so you can pinpoint where the issue started or what led to the major problem. But within Nigeria and South Africa, I don't even know where to classify the hate from, but that is the issue. I am just going to play some clip for you to see the situation on ground and how South Africans are reacting to Chidimma Adetshina not winning or not dropping out of the race. Watch this.
Now, South Africans have mixed feelings about the withdrawal of Adetshina from the pageant.
I feel like the opportunity is being stolen from our youngsters, the ones that need the opportunities, but they are not being given. So in a way, I feel like she can compete, but in Nigeria, she's good, yes, but not for us.
My initial position was that it was a fair assumption that the pageant made in bringing her onto the show, because the requirement there was citizenship, and she fulfilled that requirement at face value. And yeah, I think at that point I was definitely behind it. But if there is foul play,
if she's not South African, then she should not be in Miss South Africa. That's as clear as daylight. No.
Yeah.
It's an absolute no.
I think if you're a citizen, you can participate, and that's it.
Yeah. Had the situation been reversed, if it was a South African girl who was entering for Miss Nigeria, they would be allowed, right? They wouldn't even set foot or become a finalist or be able to take part in the pageant. Nigerian people are very proud people. They're very proud of their country. They're very strong rooted in their country and their beliefs, right? So I don't think it's anything unfair when the same is happening with us, when the situation is reversed,
We cannot hold the child liable for the offenses that were committed by the mother. Unfortunately, she has to take the pain, because now she is at the age of 23 or 32, as some rumors say that she has already been divorced. However, my question is, how can you be divorced at 23? That is a question that remains unanswerable. However, I call upon my beautiful South Africans that let us show love to this little young child.
if we're saying it's fair enough that she entered the pageant based on her citizenry, and she didn't have that at the time, then that's the problem that we're facing at the moment.
But the whole dialogue started way before that. So the dialogue started even before there was any kind of discussion about her mom. And so I think at that point in time, she was for sure a citizen. Her mom was born here, and she was a citizen. And did she look slightly Nigerian? Yes. Does that disqualify you from being Miss South Africa? I don't think so.
Today, you look at a fellow African, you listen to the pronunciation of a fellow African, you listen to the name and the surname of a fellow African, and by that you isolate them. You look at them and say, these are not South Africans. These are Nigerians. This can't be Miss South Africa. This can't be that. Marfelyoun can be a player of rugby, South Africa, and get celebrated. No one will dare to question, where does this surname of Felyoun come from? Because we've been made were been made to celebrate that which looks down at us.
Now, with all these comments and reviews and feedback from South Africans and other people, you can see that there's a problem, because it's actually a hatred of your own kind, and these are the same people that will travel out and the very little eye that a white man will give you, you call him a racist, but you are practicing racism in your own country, in your own continent, even within tribes. We Nigerians are sitting there now shouting about Chidimma, Adetshina, what South Africans are doing to her. But these are the same people that during the election in Nigeria, Yorubas will not allow Igbo to vote. We know the governorship candidate, Gbadebo Rose Vival, who mother was Igbo, is Igbo, and his name is Chinedu, or his middle name is Chinedu, and they literally told him to go back to the east, because he's not Lagosian, he's not full-blooded Lagosian, telling the east, the Igbos in Lagos to move back to the east. These are the same Nigerians that are coming out to complain about the way South Africans are treating Nigerians and the way South Africa treated Chidimma, Adetshina. We all do these things, whether you like it or not. You can call it racism, tribalism, it happens on a daily basis, even within families. So before we can start fixing things, before we go out, in the developed countries and cry about racism, how one white man is treating a black man and all those kind of things, how do you treat your own brothers and sisters in your continent or in your country or even in your state? These are even issues that boils down to villages treating each other's bad because they don't belong to. It is an issue. It is an issue. So before you start crying about racism, before you start pointing at white people, talking about how they are treating you, UK is on fire right now because they are accusing immigrants of all the taking their jobs and everything. And I see people protesting, and I see people talking about racism. These are people that are affected: Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Ghanaians, Zimbabweans, South Africans. All these people are sitting down complaining about what is going on in the UK. But what is going on in your own country? What is going on even in your family? You can see the same state, people from the same state. That family will not want you to marry from that, region, because according to them, the region is, they will find one excuse and give. But these are the same people crying about racism. We need to change. We need to change. Change start from you as an individual. Before you go out in the world and change anybody, start by changing yourself. Start by changing yourself. Anyway, that's all I have to say for today. Today's episode is once again sponsored by the Diabetes Weeks. We sell wholesale, retail, and if you want to partner with us, I'm happy to do that. Our details are on the screen. Please contact us, and we give you more details on what we have on ground. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, and share. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.